When I first heard about Delhi, this whole idea
Yeah.
that a city could be built, then destroyed, and then just rise again, not once, maybe twice, but 7 times. It just, it kind of blew my mind. That city, of course, is Delhi. And today, we're not just going to, list off facts about old stones.
Yeah.
We want to take you on a real deep dive. We're going to try and walk through its history, help you maybe hear those whispers of emperors, touch walls that are, older than some entire countries.
Right.
The hope is, by the end, you'll see Delhi the way history does, like layer upon layer, really alive and always, always changing.
Constantly reinventing itself.
Exactly. And this isn't just like dusty old archives we're talking about. There's some genuinely mind-bending things here.
Oh, yeah.
Imagine finding a 1,600-year-old iron pillar that just refuses to rust. It totally defies modern science, really.
It's incredible.
Or picture a really bustling marketplace, Chandni Chowk, but with a canal running through it, shimmering with moonlight.
Beautiful image.
Or think about this as a single announcement, like one day in 1911, and boom, the capital of an entire nation shifts overnight.
A pivotal moment.
Yeah. This is just no ordinary city. It's a place where history isn't just, written down somewhere.
Yeah.
It feels like it's lived and then destroyed and then built right back up again and again.
And what's truly fascinating here, and maybe something people don't always think about, is that Delhi's importance isn't just random. It wasn't just kings deciding this is the spot.
Oh.
Geography really chose Delhi long before any ruler did, if you actually look at it. It's perfectly nestled by the Yamuna River. That's your water, your life source, even a natural defense. Then you've got the Aravalli Hills to the west with this ancient shield.
Okay.
And crucially, it stands right at the crossroads, the absolute hub of North India's ancient trade routes, connecting the big fertile plains with the Indus Valley and, everywhere else.
So it's a natural choke point, almost.
Exactly. A perfect spot for defense, for resources, and for controlling trade. It was just this irresistible magnet for power, for controlling the whole subcontinent, really. Not just for military might, but for wealth, too.
Yeah, much more than just a good place for a fort. It was like nature laid the groundwork.
Precisely. A natural hub, almost predestined for significance. Which is why, when you dig into Delhi's past, you immediately hit this idea of the 7 cities.
Right, yeah, I've heard that term. Lalkat, Siri, Tughlakabad, Jahanpana, Firozabad, Dinpana, Shahjahanabad. Phew, quite a list.
It is.
And when you list them like that, it really hits home, doesn't it? Each one was a separate city, built by a ruler who probably thought, okay, this is it. My Delhi will last forever.
There's a kind of hubris to it, maybe?
Perhaps ambition, certainly. But the incredible thing is they all left something behind. Stones, ruins, pieces that still tell their story. It lets us trace these huge ambitions across time. It's like you said, layer upon layer, like a palimpsest,
Yeah.
where the old writing still shows through.
That's a great analogy, a living palimpsest. Yeah. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, these cities, one after another, they really show you that cycle of power, how empires rise, they consolidate, and then eventually they fade. You see it from the very early sultanates, the Ghurids, the slave kings, around the 12th century, setting up shop in Lalkot.
Right.
All the way to the Mughals, centuries later, building this huge, lasting empire. Delhi was always the seat of power. Siri, for instance, that was built by Alauddin Khalji, very specifically as a fortress against Mongol threats.
Defensive.
Very. While Shahjahanabad, what we now call Old Delhi, that was a meticulously planned Mughal capital. Grand. The Red Fort, Jama Masjid, pure Mughal design.
Yeah, despite all that planning, that ambition, each one eventually fell or was replaced.
Exactly. I mean, Delhi's seen it all. Persian invaders marching in, countless wars turning the sunsets red. It's endured famine, plague, just profound destruction. But every single time the city gets back up, it might look different, new buildings, new rulers, different vibes maybe, but it's still recognizably Delhi. That resilience is just... well, it's quite something, a real testament to human grit, maybe, and the enduring pull of this specific spot.
That resilience is amazing, as you say, but doesn't that cycle, destruction, rebuilding, doesn't that also mean huge human cost? It's not just this neat story of rebirth, is it? There must have been immense suffering for the people actually living through it.
Oh, absolutely. That's a critical point. We marvel at the city surviving, but each destruction meant terrible loss of life, people forced from their homes, societies torn apart.
Yeah.
It's a story of ambition, yes, but also the brutal consequences of conflict. It's not just empires, it's countless ordinary lives caught in these huge historical shifts, and yet somehow the city's spirit just absorbed it and kept going.
It's that spirit maybe that you see in some of the monuments too. Speaking of which, let's talk specifics. That iron pillar you mentioned. It's in the Qutub complex, right?
That's the one.
Which is itself this incredible UNESCO site.
Yeah.
Not just the huge minaret, but all these amazing buildings blending Indian and Islamic styles. You feel the history there.
You really do.
But this pillar, it's not just old metal. It's like a riddle.
Huh?
7 meters tall,
Right.
weighs over 6 tons, forged way back, around 400 AD maybe.
Roughly, yes.
And the baffling part, zero rust. For 1,600 years. How?
Exactly. Scientists today are still trying to figure out how ancient metallurgists got that level of corrosion resistance. It suggests a sophistication we didn't always credit them with. It really makes you rethink things.
It's like a challenge for the past. And then there's Chandni Chowk. Today, it's just this amazing, vibrant chaos, right? Sight, sound, smells hitting you all at once.
Total sensory overload in the best way.
But originally,
Oh.
it had a canal.
Yeah, picture this. Laid out by Shah Jahan, 17th century, right down the middle on flowing canal. And at night, the moonlight would reflect in the water, making the whole market shimmer. That's where the name comes from, Chandni Chowk, the moonlit square. It wasn't just commerce, it was designed beauty. Mughal aesthetics, planning, water features.
Wow. A very different scene from today's energetic hustle. Which brings us to another huge shift, much more recent history, but one that totally remade Delhi again.
Indeed. We jump forward to 1911, a massive year for Delhi.
Yeah.
You had the Delhi Durbar happening, this huge, elaborate ceremony for the British monarchy.
Like displaying imperial power.
Precisely. And right there, King George V makes this bombshell announcement. Calcutta, the capital of British India for ages, was out. Delhi was back in.
Just like that.
Well, announced just like that. It was a huge statement, not just practical. The British then set about building their version of Delhi, New Delhi.
Lutyens Delhi.
Exactly. Planned by architects like Lutyens and Baker. Wide avenues, grand buildings, big gardens. It was all designed very deliberately to impress, to project British power, and, let's be honest, to control. They wanted their Delhi to be the lasting one, just like all the rulers before them.
And it certainly added another very distinct layer to the city. But Delhi isn't just monuments and imperial plans, is it? It's so alive.
Oh, excellent.
It pulses. When you're there, you don't just see history. You feel it, smell it, hear it. It's the amazing smell of spices from Parantha Gali, that old lane with the fried breads.
Generations making those.
Or the sound, that hypnotic rhythm of Qawwali music coming from Nizamudin Dargah.
Yeah, echoing in that ancient space. Powerful.
And just walking through Old Delhi. The noise, the street hawkers calling out, their voices echoing in those narrow lanes where you can still see these old Mughal balconies kind of looking down.
Like shadows watching the present.
Yeah, it just hits all your senses at once.
This really raises an important question, doesn't it? How do you actually get a city like this, a city with so many past lives? Maybe the best way is just to jump in. Immerse yourself in the present and let the past kind of seep in. So imagine this. Let's walk through it for a second. Step through the giant archway of the Red Fort, Shah Jahan's creation. You feel that scale immediately, right? That red sandstone.
It's imposing. And then you step out.
And bam, you're right into the wonderful chaos of Chandni Chowk. Rickshaws are whizzing past, bells jingling, weaving through crowds.
You feel the jostle.
Definitely. You hear vendors yelling prices, this symphony of commerce, everything from food to fabrics. And maybe, somewhere off in the distance, you hear a temple bell. That steady, ancient sound cutting through everything.
And the smells. It's an incredible mix.
Oh, it is. Then you catch that amazing smoky smell of kebabs grilling on a street stall, a smell that's probably been in these lanes for centuries, mixed with maybe the sweet scent of jasmine flowers or pungent spices. And maybe, weaving through it all, the sound of the call to prayer from a mosque nearby. And as you walk, taking all this insights, sounds, smells, you literally feel the centuries blurring. It's overwhelming, but it's this tangible connection to all those pasts, all living right there in that moment.
That's a powerful image.
Because ultimately, Delhi has been so many things, hasn't it? A fortress, a prize to be won, a brutal battlefield, but also a muse for poets and artists. It's more than just built on history. In a way, it is history, alive, resilient, complicated. It sort of teaches you that change is the only constant, but that something essential can still endure.
And like the Yamuna, the river flowing right beside of the city just keeps flowing forward, doesn't it? Carrying every single one of those stories, every ambition, every destruction, every rebirth in its current. So thinking about all this, what does Delhi's constant cycle of being built, destroyed, and reborn actually tell us? Not just about human resilience, maybe, but about change itself.
That's the question, isn't it?
Does it suggest that the truly great cities are never really finished? That they're always becoming something new, defined as much by their ruins as their shiny new buildings? And what could that mean for the cities that, you live in today? Something to ponder, perhaps.